Welcome to Reading Gaybow. Hey, my name's Kyla Knight, and, well, actually, it's Kyla Flood Knight, because I just recently got married to my beautiful wife, and I've been thinking a lot recently, mainly how when we're truthful in our word, so truthful that you feel safe and at home, but also scared out of your bleep. That's how truthful I'm speaking. When you're that truthful, it is only then can you realize your authentic self, your authentic truth, and walk in His light. So I was thinking back to starting my graduate program. I'm in my last semester. And my graduate essay, I talked about ditching high school to go to Barnes & Noble. And I think back at what I did, why I did it, and the reason why is schools weren't teaching about queer experiences, gay experiences, whatsoever. And that's lame. And I actually would ditch school and go to Barnes & Noble. And one of the books that I got, one of the books that I was able to afford, although I read a lot more than I could buy, was Langston Hughes. Now, in high school I wasn't out, and I didn't understand why. Why is Mr. Hughes or Langston Hughes, I always called him Mr. Hughes in my mind, why does his poetry resonate so much with me? And I thought about pronouns, and I was really, this book helped me realize my sexuality. And this book helped me normalize it. And what we learn of Langston Hughes, if we learn about him in high school, are some of his more famous poems. But what we never learned, and what I spent a lot of time looking up online, was that he was so gay. So gay. He lived in Harlem, taught, was a part of the Harlem Renaissance, spent his summers in Paris, or maybe it was winters. And there's so many poems I want to read from his, but I think I'm gonna read the first one that made me question and made me realize, is Langston Hughes writing from a woman's perspective, or is he just being truthful in his? So, the piece I'm going to read today is called Cora. It goes, and I'm reading right now. I broke my heart this morning, ain't no heart no more. Next time a man comes near me, gonna shut and lock my door. 'Cause they treat me mean. The ones I love, they always treat me mean. Now, the depth of this stanza and the honesty resonated with me so much. So often people speak about queer lives and objectify us, right? They think that, it's all about the sex, right? So that's why we're gay, just because of sex. No, no, it's much deeper, and it's so much more nuanced than that, and it's real. And the allegories of shutting and locking your door, you can you can take from that. But it's also just how real it is to lock ourselves up and to isolate ourselves because we're afraid of love. And when we learn to love ourselves. Love isn't so scary. Well, it's still always a little scary, but not as much. Now, there's another poem, and I know this is running a little long, and I just love so many of them. Let me pull it up. See? Okay, let me pull it up. Oh, Havana Dreams is good too. That one isn't so appropriate. I like Hope. I like Litany. I want to talk about Jesus. My Jesus. Borderline. Garden. No. Genius Child. Ooh, Suicide Note. Okay, let's talk about Suicide Note instead. Because if anyone understands, it's the queer community. Suicide Note. Langston Hughes. The calm, cool face of the river asked me for a kiss. Now, the temptation of suicide is stronger at times than others, especially being in New York. And I think what's relevant, especially with the new TV show that's come out, is that Queen, I lost my life. And by that, I mean I ran out of storage space. But we're back. And actually, we're talking about something super serious. Right. So, suicide. It's just a tough topic for me. Mainly because that's how my dad passed away. And also because I suffer sometimes with depression. Not necessarily depression, but more of trying to understand why we have lost so many in our community. Not just the queer community, but veterans as well. And maybe just plain cis white folks too, right? Immigrants, people of color, suicide. And it's learning to live and learning to walk in your own light begins with truth. And it begins with listening to yourself. And a great way for me to learn to listen to myself was to listen to other people whose experiences resonated with me or that I could relate to, right? And so today I'm gonna stop that, but we'll come back to Hughes and we'll go continue this series with other fabulous and fun and real and quirky and sexy sometimes LGBT authors. So in the description below, please let me know what your first or one of your first gay authors or queer authors that you read and loved and it just helped shape you. I want to hear all about it in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll figure out this beginning and ending and YouTube thing one day. But for today, that's it. Reading Gaybow. Bye. Bye. Boy. Boy. Bye. Bye.